Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is TDC and welcome back for some more Quantus here on the FTOG server. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic today. So, we're hanging out, we're here at spawn. I just dropped off a bunch of stuff for people to use, and I had a bunch of extra fishing rods and bows that are damaged, but they just need to be repaired. But a lot of these enchantments are really good, so it looks like I think some people have already came and picked through here, so I think the infinity stuff is gone. But there's also some really good fishing bows and stuff in here, so I mean, like that one, that's actually really good. A lot of mending on the fishing rods, so yeah, I don't know. That's all up for grabs for everybody on the server. If you're watching, you can just come pick it, and then you just gotta repair it. Just make a normal unenchanted one and repair it on an anvil, and then you're good to go. So drop those off, and then I also put up a sign saying "Pie in the Sky Pizza's Shop, whoops, typo, is now open. Follow the pepperoni." So we got little pepperonis leading all the way up to the pizza shop up there, and it looks like this may have actually worked. We've already had a sale. I think Link came over and he bought a stack of 32 pizzas for 1 diamond, which actually works out really, really well. But we're gonna have to up the production on our farm and get the pizza production up and going. So once we have like auto crafting and stuff, that's gonna be a lot easier. But as of right now, we have to make everything, we have to grow everything manually and then throw it into the cooking for blockhead stuff back here to make it. So I gotta stay on top of doing all the ingredients and getting them ready to go. But I did do a little bit of designing back here. I wanted to make a kitchen area in the back of the restaurant because Thor said something about it last night, and I thought that kind of made sense since we had all the cooking for blockhead stuff over in our cave. We might as well just pull it over here. So yeah, this is what we got. We got our pizza oven, right? So you just slide your pizza in there, and then you can set your tools and stuff here. There's not really much happening as far as like chiseling bits design on this, but maybe we can come back and do something more. But we got this all going, and then we got all our cooking for blockhead stuff moved in here. And then when I think of like kitchen, for some reason I think of like the black and white tiled floor. So that's just kind of what we went with in here. And then we have like a little pavilion thing where the people can cut up their pizzas and stuff like that. And I was wondering, oh, we don't have mechanism. I was gonna put a bunch of cardboard boxes like in the corner over here, so they'd be like pizza boxes or something like that, so we could deliver them if we wanted to, but that's not a thing, I suppose. It would have been cool. Maybe some crates or something like that. That'd be neat too. But all in all, I'm really, really happy with the design, man. I think it came out really, really cool, and I like the way it looks, man. It's a nice, cozy little pizza shop. So it's something. But yeah, so today I want to work on our project back here, our Pam's Gardens, Pam's Harvest Craft Gardens, and it's gonna take a little while. I'm not expecting to get this project done anytime soon, but my idea for back here is, like I said, we're gonna have multiple layers, right? But the layer that I want to work on today is I want to make a big ring going around the middle, and probably from about this layer or this height. Maybe we'll go up just a little bit. The cool thing is we can always build up if we need to, but the first ring I'd like to do is probably about like this height and go all the way around. I'm not sure how big we want to do this ring just yet, but I want it to be wide enough that we can grow farms on it and then also have like extra walking space so you can walk around the ring. And then in the middle, where it's open, connecting down to the bottom, I would like to eventually build a huge custom tree or something. Now we'll probably have to wait till we have flight, which I believe our first instance of flight we're going to have in Era 3. I think from Magic, it's either Botania or Blood Magic. I'm not 100% sure. But neither one of those mods I've really gotten very far into. So I'm kind of excited about checking all of that stuff out, but it is going to be a little while before we get there, and that's why I want to start on this project so we don't have to just like tackle it all at once. We can kind of just chip it away over time. So that is our plan for today, and I've got a bunch of really good tools, man. I just spent a lot of time enchanting. Oh man, so much time enchanting. Grok had set up a zombie XP farm down at the very bottom of the place. Back over there in that corner down there, there is an XP farm for zombies. What up, dude? And I spent probably about an hour down there getting a bunch of enchantments. So I've got an enchanted suit of diamond armor, and then also here I have a bunch of just random enchants. I was trying to get no, trying to make the place look better. I cannot type while I'm talking. But I got a bunch of just random enchants. I was trying to get Fortune 3, and eventually I got 2 Fortune 2 iron pickaxes, and I put those together to make this one. So I have a Fortune 3 pickaxe with efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, and XP boost 3. So it had to be iron, man. For whatever reason, I could not get Fortune 3 on a diamond pickaxe, and I wasted a lot of diamonds trying to get some good enchantments. I did get another Silk Touch pick, which is nice, but I ended up getting Fortune 3 on a shovel, man. That's the worst enchant that you can get. So I enchanted another one, and I got this XP boost 3 and magnetic. I think the magnetic like draws the stuff into you, if I'm not mistaken, but I've never used that enchant before, and I haven't used it yet, so we'll figure that out here in just a little bit. But yeah, I guess we might as well get started on this project, because it's going to take me a while, and I'm going to try to avoid building on camera because I don't have the voice for it. I just can't talk, and I'm gonna have to save my voice for actually important things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna build, and I've kind of figured that this looks like a pretty good spot for it to start, but we actually may, now that I'm thinking about it, we may set it up about like right here is the very center. It's hard to tell because we don't really have a whole lot of room in here to work with, but I think this will probably be a decent spot. So if we come up here like so, let's try to figure out a height real quick, and then we can start building. I've got a bunch of just junk blocks on us, so I got a bunch of compressed cobblestone and then normal cobblestone here. I'm going to try to make it look as good as possible right now, just using some of the chiseled stuff. Later on, once we get magic up and going, we can get one of the wands of the shifting crust, I believe is what it's called. This guy right here from Botania. So we have to wait till era 3 to get this, but this is basically like a swapping wand, or the wand of equal trade from Thaumcraft, and we can swap out blocks a little bit later on with this guy. So all the blocks that we are going to use for this project right now are subject to change, and we'll see what happens. So what's up with this shovel, man? How does this work? Oh, it just automatically gets sucked back into my inventory? I don't know, I guess that's kind of cool. Could be handy. But I am going to get started on this. I'm going to have to figure out how big we want this circle to be, and then I just got to start placing blocks. So I'm going to get to it. Okay, so this is what we got. This is my idea, and I think it's going to work out pretty well. I'm not real sure about the custom tree now that I'm looking at it. It may be a little small for like a big custom tree, especially if we're trying to go from there to like above this. That would be a huge tree. So it may be something that we do. It'll be a lot easier later on, but right now it's going to be kind of impossible. So we will just kind of build it as is, and we'll try to figure it out a little bit later on. But I got to thinking about this is the perfect time to check out one of the other few mods that we have available to us right now, and that is the Builder's Wands, or the Better Builder's Wands. So we're going to take a look at these dudes and see about crafting these. So we have the stone wand, we have the iron wand, and then we have the diamond wand. So 9 blocks, max 9 blocks, and then max, okay, 1500 blocks. That's kind of crazy. I think that this is the one that we want to go for, but I'm not 100% sure. We may make an iron wand just because I don't want it to be like super like over placing blocks, because I want it to be a little precise, but I'm not exactly sure how this works. So let's grab one of those and one of these. Let's also drop off some blocks for right now. We don't need gravel. We don't need any of these saplings and stuff like that. Sticks and ladders can go in here for now, along with slabs. And then everything else I can just shove in my backpack. So chisel we'll keep out for right now. Sleeping bag actually we'll keep out for right now too. and then all this other stuff, I think we should be good to go. So let's grab 4 sticks, and let's try to make these guys like so. Go ahead and put those there. Alright, so there is our diamond wand, and there is an iron wand. So we're going to go try these guys out real quick and see exactly what they do. I've never used this version of the Better Builders wands before. Let's build a little staircase up here just so we can get up and down easily. Alright, so we need to fill in the bottom of this with some sort of stone, and I'm hoping that if we do like this, oh yeah, that's gonna make things a lot easier. But the problem is if I place this like so, that's gonna place a block here, and I don't want it to be there. Yeah, so what we can do is maybe we can just kind of like build around the outside like this, because we need something to hold the water up here if we're going to be planting crops. I have an idea about what we can do with the water after we get that going. I'd like to do like some aqueducts and different things like that would just look kind of cool, but it'll be a little while before we get to that portion of this build. And in the meantime, I want to be able to have the crops available to people if they want to come grab some. So I guess what we'll do is we'll build another little circle around here like so, and then we can just come back in a second after we got this done on both sides, and then we can just use the Better Builders wand to fill it up really quickly. So that'll be sweet. Alright, so we got the 2 rings placed on the inside, so now I believe all we need to do is come through here, and if I do I think it only does, yeah, so that does a huge amount of space. You can see it wraps around like the entire ring here, but oh, it looks like the iron wand, it won't build up, it only does to the side. That's kind of cool. But now we should be able to just kind of scroll through here, trying not to fall off. I don't have any iron, or I don't have any armor anymore. It all broke. So I don't have my feather falling boots on. I had feather falling 2 on my boots and it was saving my butt, but I don't have that anymore. So yeah, this actually looks like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is so much easier. So can we reach? Yeah, we can. And then we can come back in and do the same thing with the dirt and then get everything all planted up. So this is gonna be sweet. This is not gonna take any time at all, man. I thought this was gonna be like an all-day affair. Placing all these blocks, but it looks like this is going to be fairly simple. Now, how are we doing on cobble? So we probably are going to have to go grab some more. We've got quite a bit, so we should be good, but the dirt, oh no! The wand broke. Alright, I want to be careful not to misclick with this diamond wand. I think that there's a command that you can do that will undo whatever you place, but I don't know what that is off the top of my head. Oh, but that's nice. It does like a huge range that way. That's cool. Are we out of cobble now? Oh, not yet. Almost. There we go. I think that was the last of it. Okay, so we'll have to go back and grab some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this up real quick, and I'm going to lay in all the dirt also if I have enough. And we'll come back and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, so here's the circle. It's done, and I'm thinking it's actually looking pretty cool. Let's go down and check what it looks like from the bottom. That I haven't checked, and I also need to feed the pigs. They're probably getting hungry. Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of this block texture right now, but once we have flight and we can actually kind of move around a little bit better, I'm going to come back and swap all this out with much nicer things. Probably some sort of connected texture, because I don't like the grid pattern that it's got here. Like, it's going to look cool when it's all set up and done, but yeah, we're gonna have to change that up. So we'll maybe have these like kind of around the outside, but all of this right here in the middle I don't really care for. It's too much too much cross pattern. Let's go ahead and feed these guys real quick. But one of the other mods that I want to take a look at today to make this look a little bit better is the Can I just give me a carrot, please? And I'll just feed these guys the rest. I want to take a look at the architecture mod because we're also going to need that for the staircase coming up to this place over there in the front side of the canyon. And it'd be nice to just be able to have it. So I'm thinking we can do some cool stuff using certain blocks. I want to, well, you guys will see what I'm talking about here in just a little bit, but I want to try to do something kind of cool with the surrounding mountains and this big donut that we have hanging in the sky. So let's go take a look at this mod real quick, and let's do, what is it, the architecture? Yeah, so we're gonna need to make this guy right here architectural block. We can't make that. So we're gonna need to make a couple of different things here. We're gonna need to make the circular saw blade and then the large pulley. So both of them seem fairly easy to make. And then I think we'll probably also need to make these tools, which we need orange dye for. That I don't know if we have. Maybe we can get away without making the tools today. I'm not real sure, but we'll see if we have those flowers or not. I don't think that we do though. We've got the roses, but we don't have the yellow. Yeah, so we'll see if we can avoid that for today, but no guarantees, I guess. Let's go ahead and make some of these things here. We need to make these things, planks, like so. And then we need, what's the other thing? We need the saw blade, which is 4 iron, which we have a little bit. I've been waiting to, if you take a look in this chest, I did use I fortuned up all of my diamonds and all of my lapis, but as far as the iron and gold go, I'm waiting until we get the smeltery from Tinker's Construct so we can double up on all this stuff. I'm hoping that's the case. I don't remember how the doubling works in 1.10, so maybe it's more, maybe it's just normal smelting. I'm not real sure, but I'm hoping that we can get it doubled. Alright, we're gonna need 2 of those and sticks like so, and then iron. Oh, and then we need a wooden pressure plate too. Okay, so let's craft this guy and then throw that in the bottom. So there we go, the architect's workbench. Now I believe with all this stuff here, we can basically create anything. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Do they have rounded rails? What is that? Plane banister, top transition. I don't know what that means. Plane, balustrade end. Alright, other. That's just stairs. Arches, that's kind of cool. We'll probably play around with these some. Classical, we've got some pillars. Ooh, that's going to be neat. And then what are these guys? Triglyph? I don't know what it is. But we can put 1 block in here and it converts all these blocks into like these different things. That's not like the best block to use for that. Let's try the pillars here. So we get 1 per. But look at that, man. That is so cool. That was like perfectly round. This is going to be really cool. Yeah, so that's not exactly what I want for... Now if I make... Here's what I'm wondering. If I make some more pillars, can I make like big pillars? Like, will they multi-block up? No. Dang it. I was kind of hoping we could do like some really big pillars to hold up from the bottom, but it doesn't look like that's the case. But that's okay, because I have another idea in mind, and we're going to need this, because we could use chisel and bits, but this is going to be much easier. So we could just basically put like a whole stack in here, and then we could select whatever we want, whatever shape that we need, and then we basically have everything there. So I am going to be using cobble yet again, but we're going to try to use a different kind of cobble. I'm wondering what the best one... Actually, you know what? Maybe we have something besides cobble we can use. We could use... Oh, we just don't have enough of it. I was going to say we could use the hardened stone. I think I'm really liking this hardened stone texture. It's a very clean looking texture, and it's a nice dark texture. That's what I got here. Like, I like the way it all looks when you use it, like, put together, because there's no borders to it. But it's still kind of rough, and it's a dark gray color, which I like. So I don't know. Maybe we can try to mine up a bunch of that, but for now I guess we'll just use cobble. Or some sort of cobble. Maybe we can use smooth stone. Let's grab some stacks here. What kind of textures can we get with smooth stone? We can get... Oh, we can get like all the different granites and stuff. That's cool. I don't really know. I guess I'm gonna have to play around with this. What does the ornate one look like? I know I've seen all these textures 1,000 times before. No, I don't like that one. Maybe this one? That one doesn't look bad. Let's see. Now here's the other question. Can we get normal blocks back? Oh, here's a... Is this for like big pillars? Wait. Okay, yeah. Let's do 4 of these guys. I think I did that one out of normal stone. Not what I wanted. Oh, okay, so cool. We could do big pillars. We'll probably use those too. How does this work though? I'm not really getting this to work. If we put this one there. No. If we put... Whoops, that's the wrong one. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Like that. Okay, so we can do like big pillars if we wanted to. Now here's the other question. Can we chisel this stuff? Probably not. But that would be pretty neat. No, it's not letting us chisel. Dang it. That would be cool. Like, I'd like having the perfectly round outside here, but then to like have the inside kind of like chiseled out, like we could do like a well or something, but I don't think we can do that. So what I'm going to do is I need to play around with this mod here for a little bit and kind of figure out how it works and see what all we're going to need. But I'm going to be making a bunch of the stairs, and I think you guys will figure it out here in just a little bit what we're doing with them after you see it, and I'm hoping that I can get it to work out right. So give me just a little bit and I will be right back. Okay, so I think I have this figured out now. Hopefully hopefully we're not going to need those tools, because if we do, we're going to have to go search for some yellow flowers. It probably wouldn't be that difficult to find them. Yeah, found them. But we'd really have to get up there and get the dye. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But this is what I want to do, and you could probably already kind of tell what it is. But this is the design that I did a long time ago. Wait, what? Well, I guess that's fine. How do we just right click? Okay. I think I got this figured out now. But this is a design that I came up with a long time ago, and it's actually something I saw on somebody's public server, and I forget whose it was, but I think we need to go up 2 blocks here, and I'm hoping that we can get this all to work out here. So it's up 2, and then we use these guys, we jump up, put those here, like this, we put a block here, and we can come around on this side. Now, is that going to place correctly? I think it is. Like so. Yeah. And so we just repeat the pattern up like this. Do the same thing. We're going to do it all the way up to the top. Now, this is the problem that I was having with these little architecture blocks, is sometimes they don't place right, so it's going to take a little bit of doing. But I think when we get this all set up and done, it's going to look really, really cool. Oh, it's going to look so cool. So, I mean, we can't have like a donut just floating here in the middle of the sky, right? It's got to be anchored to something. And I figured this would be kind of a cool idea to get the point across and actually show that it's being held up by something. So if we come down here and take a look, well, just break that. Yeah, we get them all back. So this would be pretty rad when it's all said and done. So we're going to have chains kind of suspending this huge donut around in a few certain areas. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the chains like on each of these sides here, because if we do it like right here, there's nothing above us. If we do it over here on this side, I think that we've got this floating island, which would be fine. Yeah, so we could anchor it to the edge of that if we wanted to. And then over here, it's kind of built into the side of the mountain, but I would like to go ahead and anchor this to that one up there just to kind of complete the whole look. So some of them, maybe we'll just have 3 chains. We'll have one here, one there, and then one connected up to that one. And then on this far side, we could maybe try to figure out something to do. We could maybe run the chain diagonally and anchor it to that mountain there, but I'm afraid if we did it diagonally, it would overshoot that mountain. So that may not work out. So we may just not have a chain on this side, which would be fine. Not that big of a deal. But as you can see, we've got a lot of block placing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. We're going to take a look and see what it looks like here in just a little bit. And I think these scaffolds are going to be really, really handy for this project. Alright, so there's one of them done. I think it actually looks pretty cool. It's a little dinky compared to the size of the donut, but I think that's okay. So the plan is... Oh, we can get rid of these blocks now. We don't need those anymore. That was just for me to staircase around behind it. The plan is I think, like I said, with the rest of these blocks here, we're going to come back and maybe try to exchange some of them out a little bit later on. But since we don't have flight, that's kind of difficult right now. So I think we're going to leave it as is with the cobblestone bricks. These are the weathered bricks, by the way. And I think they actually look pretty decent for the chain. But we will want to swap some of it out with other textures just to kind of give it a little bit of variety, because right now if you kind of stand like on this side here, it doesn't really look like... Whoop. What? Oh, I forgot about that. If you got the X's on, so if we come back in this view here, so you can see the yellow X's, and if you go hide your HUD, everything gets black for some reason. I don't know why that is. If you need nighttime mode for anything. But yeah, so these textures, they just kind of blend together a little bit more than what I would like. So I'm hoping that maybe by swapping some of that stuff out, we can actually make it look a little bit better. And then I'm also going to have to go back through here and chisel out some of this stuff. I'll probably do like the thing I showed last episode where you take out like a full layer of a block, actually 2 full layers, and then you put in a layer of glowstone and then cover it back up. I'm going to have to do that for each one of these because, as you can see, these are all spawnable spaces on the inside here, and we don't want that. So I'll have to scaffold back up these guys and do all that a little bit later on. So we'll try to get that done. Plus, it'll light up the chains up further up, and it'll look pretty neat. So I am going to go ahead and get started doing these other 2 here. It's going to take some time, but I also have another project that I want to do around the outside of the ring before we end today's episode, and that'll kind of tie the whole thing off here. So it'll look really, really neat when it's all said and done, but I got some block placing to do. So let me get started with this, and we will be back in just a minute. You know, now that I'm seeing these chains here, I'm thinking it might be cooler to have another big ring around the top. Maybe one that's even like bigger than this one. Maybe not by much, but maybe just a few blocks wider. And then we could do it up there at the top, and like basically this chain would be connected to that layer in like the middle of the grass platform. I don't know, that's something we'll have to mess around with a little bit later on. Maybe it's something I'll do off camera, but I think for the most part it comes across as really cool. I like it. It's just, it kind of gives like a lot of height to this structure down here, and especially if we come down below, it looks even bigger. And maybe something we may run the chains all the way down to the ground would be cool, but it kind of gives the illusion that it's hanging from down here, so it's kind of hard to see just because the donut takes up so much space. But when we have everything else all built up and stuff down here, I think it'll look pretty neat. So I don't know, it's kind of one of those things. You just got to play around with it. It's give and take a little bit, and hopefully things all work out for the best. So we got that done for now, and then the other thing that I wanted to take care of real quick is around the outside of this donut here is we're going to use some chisel and bit stuff. So I spent a little bit of time. I've got one of these things all set up on our little, what is it called? Where'd it go? This guy right here, the positive chisel design. And what I want to do is, I'm hoping that this will work out correctly, is I want to, oh, this might be kind of difficult. I want to come through here and do this to all the edges. Now I know that we could use the whatever these ones are that we're using, the roof tile from Architecture Craft. But I think the chisel and bits is just going to be easier, because I was noticing with these guys, the positive or the roof tiles, is you need one of the tools to place it in the corner. It's not like, what was that mod, Carpenter's blocks, where you could basically just like look in the middle here and place it and it would automatically face the way that you were wanting it to. It doesn't work like that anymore, so we'd actually need the tool, and I really don't even know if we'd be able to get it to go left and right like that. So I'm just going to use the chisel and bits because I think it's easier. Now I'm hoping that it's not going to cause any issues like lag wise. We'll see. Hopefully the guys don't have any problems with it, but I think this should be okay, because when you're far away like this you can't really tell, and you know, you can't see that jaggedy line. So it looks like a smooth surface to me, so hopefully it should work out. But one of the other ones that I was doing is this one right here. So when all the grass is completed growing, I'm going to come through here, and on each one of these guys, I'm going to place in one of those half grass, half cobble, chiseled cobble, just to kind of smooth out the inside of that too. So let me do this real quick. Hopefully by the time I'm done doing the entire ring, and outside ring and inside ring, this grass will be almost done, and then we can take a look and see what that's going to look like. So I am going to spend a little bit of time here getting all this done, and we'll be right back. Okay, almost there. We just got this last layer of grass to do, and I guess, you know, one thing I could have done was get rid of these blocks and put this here if I wanted to, but I kind of like having the thick edge around the outside, and that pattern is actually not too bad. It's like a little zigzag pattern around the outside, which is kind of cool. So whoops, why, who shoot, where is this person? Oh god, he's way over there. How did you see me, dude? Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, you fell. There you go. Take that one. It's kind of hard with this pattern to be able to see. Like, you can just barely make out where the cross is. You can kind of see it right there, but it's very difficult to see. So it's going to be a lot of undoing here. So I'm hoping this one. No, see. It's backwards. Nope. Nope. There we go. We gotta like face the inside of the block, I think. Like that. And then we should be good to go. So let me finish this up real quick and we'll come back and we'll take a look. Why is this side thinner than over there? What did I do differently? I wonder. What's going on here? Did I take out like the wrong blocks? Uh-oh. That's not something you like to see when you get close to the end. I'm thinking I may have to like switch these out like this. We'll just do it like this for now. Oh, because I don't want to see that, man. That's bad news. Okay, so when it starts to come out on that side, what does it look like over here? Okay, so it gets skinny. I think we should be good, but I don't know why it's looking weird there. Okay. Well, like I said, let me get back to this and we'll come back and take a look. Okay, and we are done. This took a little while, but I think it came out really, really nice. I kind of have a habit of building rings and circles and spheres and stuff in modded Minecraft, don't I? I feel like I've been building those kind of shapes for a long time. We had the halo, I think it was in Hypermine mod sauce back in 1.6.4. And then a long time ago, I had Spittycraft, which was an old modded server that I played on. I had a sphere. And then, yeah, and then one of the Hypermine series, even before before Mod Sauce, I had these chains that were holding up a sphere sort of thing. I don't know. I kind of reuse designs. I kind of recycle because I think they just look cool, and each time I build them, they just look better and better, in my opinion. So it's just kind of one of those things. I like kind of recycling all the different designs and seeing if I can improve upon them and make them look better and all that other kind of cool stuff. So what we need to do now is, or well, what I'm going to do now is, now that I'm done recording for today, I am going to spend a little bit of time. I'm going to clean all of this dirt up. I'm also going to go up to some of these trees here and get rid of the vines, because I like vines, but I don't like them when you have like these huge long threads of them just like everywhere. Off in the distance it looks okay, but when they're kind of up close and stuff, it looks kind of funky to me. So probably what I'll do is I'll use some of that scaffolding, and we'll go up quite a ways, and I'll just kind of like use some string to kind of angle some of these just so they look a little bit nicer, a little bit further up. And that way we can just kind of clear up some of this stuff, because if we're going to have gardens growing here, we don't want a bunch of vines just kind of getting in the way of everybody. So we can start getting rid of all this stuff here and just do it like this. Yeah, so we don't need no vines right here. And I'm also going to have to figure out what we're going to do about this landscape. So one thing we could do is just maybe like dig it out like up high and then kind of round it out this way some. So it's just kind of like an overhanging cliff, but I don't know. That's something we could do. We'll just kind of have to mess around with it and see. But anyways, dudes, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Lots of work done today, but it's looking cool, man. So let me know what you think about the chains. And I think they came out really, really nice. We do need to figure out something. Maybe we could have one of those big pillars from Architecture Craft underneath this side. Instead of having them hang, we could have like a big pillar up underneath here. So that could be cool too. So anyways, if you got ideas, make sure you leave them down below in a comment. Let me know if you got ideas that, you know, how we can improve upon all this, or yeah, I don't know. Just anything comes to mind, leave it in a comment down below. But anyways, go check out everybody else on the server. There's a lot of really cool guys on this server doing a lot of really cool things, man. So I'm hoping Thor's got something going on right now. I hope he releases a video soon, because it is amazing. You guys are going to be blown away by his creativity, because it looks insane. I don't want to give anything away, but just wait for it, man. So links to everybody's channel are now in the description down below, so make sure you go click on those. Go subscribe to everybody, hit the like buttons, and I don't know, all their subscribe buttons, all that kind of good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. All right, so hit that like button for me down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time for some more Quantus. Thanks so much for watching, dude. Oh, who turned out the lights? We'll see you next time. Peace.